Hello everybody, it is Steve, your friendly neighborhood lawn gnome, and welcome back to another video over here on That's Comical. And if you're watching and it happens to be a Wednesday, happy new comic book day. So, I'm here to try and fill in some gaps, if you will, guys. I know that there's been so much content that's supposed to be coming out on the channel, but there has just been one mishap after another outside of the spectrum of YouTube. Don't worry, we're all fine, and we are going to be coming to you with new content soon, I promise. So, I thought today would be a good opportunity for me to finally sit down and talk to you guys about the newest installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe on the Disney Plus side, and that, of course, was the most anticipated television series, I think, by many, and that, of course, was Loki Season 2, starring, of course, Tom Hiddleston, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, Owen Wilson, and Jonathan Majors. So, we saw what happened at the end of Loki Season 1. Basically, Loki and Sylvie had met with He Who Remains, which is a variant of Kang the Conqueror, who we would eventually see another version of in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And it turned out that the multiverse was starting to recreate itself again due to the fact that Loki and Sylvie took a couple of actions that were not necessarily supposed to happen. So now Loki is dealing with a very interesting thing. He is time slipping, meaning he is going in and out of time in various places, and due to the fact that he has also uncovered the truth about the TVA, all of the workers of the TVA are trying to find what they had lost many, many years ago, and that was their lives in those many different universes. There are certain people that want to take certain actions to preserve the multiverse, and there are some that want to go back to the overall linear timeline, and Loki, of course, is just stuck in the middle, not really sure about what his purpose is and what he needs to do. So, I personally did not care much for the first season. I understood the last episode was probably the most important piece of it, because it pretty much leads to what's happening right now in the MCU as a whole. So were my expectations high for Loki Season 2? No. As a matter of fact, there was a little part of me that was thinking, just skip it, especially considering the fact, minus maybe one or two of the series that have been showing on Disney Plus, I'm just not the biggest fan of these shows. And I really want to like everything, whether it's going to the theaters to see a new movie or watching something on Disney Plus. But now that I have watched Loki Season 2, I think it's safe to say something so cliche. These Disney Plus shows just aren't made for me, and at this point in time, I don't even know if the MCU is being made for me at this point in time, especially considering the fact that it's so weird to say that, because I happen to be a comic book reader. But Season 2 of Loki, well, it had its moments. It was very interesting at times. I also loved the fact that Kiwi Kwan came off of his Oscar win to come and be a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as OB. He always lights up a room, and I would probably think that the moments where he's on the show were probably some of my personal favorites. And I know a lot of people have talked about that last episode, and that last episode was a very interesting one, especially when it comes to what Loki's purpose is in the MCU moving forward. But of course, we also know what's going on in the real world and what's happening with Disney and the MCU studios, and how people are just not interested in this stuff anymore because this content is just not good anymore. And now there are apparently big rumors or leaks or whatever they are floating around that after Loki Season 2, Tom Hiddleston has officially left the MCU and has no intentions to come back to reprise his role of Loki again. I don't know if that is true. I don't know if that's something that should be happening as we move on in the current multiverse saga. And, of course, now the big thing with Jonathan Majors is that they're considering ripping away the whole Kang story and not making him the big baddie. Possibly not even the title of the upcoming Avengers movie is going to remain as the Kang Dynasty. I have no idea what's going to be happening, but plain and simple, it's not just Disney Studios, it's not just the MCU, guys. The whole concept of movie making now, especially after the writer's strike, is just a hot mess. And I honestly have no idea how any of these major companies are going to pull themselves out of the ooze and actually get back to where things were, especially before 2020, because that's pretty much where all of this craziness in regards to declines of entertainment and the apparent mandatory phasing out of physical media and all this mess and just everything that's showing up is just not good, even when there are so many people that are expecting it to hopefully be good. But based on the fact that the Marvels is out now, and do I intend to watch it eventually, but probably not in theaters, do I have any intentions to see the new Aquaman movie? Not really, because what's the point, you know? We have What If Season 2 coming out. Yeah, I'll check it out to give you guys a review, but one after the other, and not just superhero movies, it's all movies. There's just nothing interesting anymore. There's no substance. There's no meat. And I just don't know what Loki Season 2 was going to be, in my eyes, because I just did not enjoy it. I really didn't. So, that's my overall thoughts about Loki Season 2, guys. I'm really sorry, but I'm going to keep doing this for you guys because I enjoy talking to you, and more importantly, I'm just here to voice my opinion. I'm not here to cause controversy. I'm not here to cause stirs. I'm not trying to make anything political. This is just a person who has loved comic books since his childhood, who has been so excited about finally seeing films in worlds of comics that are being taken seriously now, but I don't know where we're heading at this point, guys. So please put your comments in the box below. Let me know your thoughts about Loki Season 2, and I will see you in the next one, God willing.